Gracias por estar con nosotros en este su programa Café con Leche, la voz de los latinos en América. Estamos transmitiendo desde hermosa 1470M, 96.9 FM. Les habla Lilia Galindo y tengo conmigo de invitado el día de hoy al subdirector de la escuela Night Prep Academy Middle School y su nombre es John Kleespies. Thank you very much for coming. It's a
Thank you
pleasure
for
to
having me.
have you here.
Thank you.
Well, tell us a little bit about this school because we don't know too much.
Okay, it's Night Prep Academy. We're actually a middle school that is associated with the high school district. We're a charter school. We run classes in sixth, seventh, and eighth grade. Right now, we have about 260 students in total. We've got about 60 kids who are sixth graders, and then just a hair under 100 apiece for the seventh and eighth grade. And we're a science and technology school. We focus on engineering. And then our kids will then many of them will leave us when they get through their eighth grade, and they'll go to Night High School and continue in with their engineering program there.
Wow, ok. Bueno, le estoy preguntando aquí, háblanos un poquito de la escuela que representas, él es el subdirector. Dice, esta es una escuela charter y es una escuela de nivel medio. Tenemos estudiantes del sexto, séptimo y octavo grado. En total tenemos 200 estudiantes y en el sexto grado solamente 60 alumnos. El resto van a los otros 200 en los grados 7 y 8. Esta es una escuela con foco en la ciencia y la tecnología. Después de que se gradúen los estudiantes con nosotros, se dirigen a la escuela preparatoria Night, donde van a poder continuar el mismo tipo de carrera. You mentioned charter school. What is the meaning of charter school?
So essentially, you have the school district that would be like the Antelope Valley Union High School District, or another one in the area might be the Palmdale District, and it's an actual government entity that runs these schools in that area. You can then have, if, for instance, a privately run school apply to be within that school district. They call it a charter school, so it's dependent upon the school district to get its things like accreditation, that kind of stuff, but it's actually run somewhat separately from the school district.
Bueno, le preguntaba yo qué significa el concepto de escuela charter. Dice, bueno, como ustedes saben, hay distritos escolares que están aquí operando. Dice, por ejemplo, el Antelope Valley Union High School District y luego también, por ejemplo, Palmdale School District. A veces ellos autorizan a algunas organizaciones de tipo privado a que tengan una escuela y nada más que es supervisada por los distritos escolares oficiales.
And I should point out, typically when you have a charter school, it'll be really very separate from the school district. But in the case of night prep, and then we also have in our school district sword prep and the virtual academy, we are very closely tied with the high school districts. I'm actually an employee of the high school district, and everybody who works at my school, Night Prep, is an employee of the Antelope Valley Union High School District. However, we actually conduct separate interviews to hire the people who actually end up working for us.
Bueno, en este caso de esta escuela charter, dice, aquí muchos de los empleados pertenecen, son empleados del Antelope Valley Union High School District. Por ejemplo, yo soy pagado por el distrito y también los empleados que están trabajando en esta escuela también son pagados por el distrito. Sin embargo, nosotros tenemos un proceso de selección diferente. Cuando alguien quiere trabajar en el distrito, no van por el proceso general de contratación, sino lo hacen a través de nosotros. So this is really good. Tell me about the demographics. How many students are Hispanics? Do we have?
Oh, I'd say somewhere at least 80%, I would say, Hispanic at our school, maybe even a little bit more.
It reflects the demographics of the city, huh?
Oh yeah, especially, and we're located next to Night High School, so it's very representative of the valley, and basically the same demographics you would get at Night High School is essentially what we have over at our school.
Le pregunto cuántos estudiantes de origen hispano hay. Dice que aproximadamente el 80%. Dice, bueno, como estamos junto a la escuela Pitt Night, pues obviamente esa área es donde vive mucha comunidad hispana y está reflejado exactamente el número de estudiantes. Then if somebody want to go to this middle school instead to any other, because usually what is the process when you go to, for example, Palmdale High School,
Mhm.
Palmdale School District, and then you can choose to go there to middle school, or you can choose to go to your school, eh?
Right. So if you're kind of going to go the normal route, right, of going to the Palmdale School District or West Side or any of the school districts in our area, you would simply find out which school is within your attendance zone, and then you would go and apply, show your proof of residence, and go in there. With our school, we have an application process which is actually open right now. We're in our open enrollment process, where if you went to our website, just go online and Google Night Prep Academy, and then you can fill out an application for any next year's sixth, seventh, and eighth graders. Um, and what we'll end up doing is taking the names down, and in a few months we'll call people up and just go through the process of enrolling them. And it's actually a very simple process. It only takes a couple of minutes.
Do you interview them or anything, or do you take
No, not
anyone?
really. Right now, like I said, we're set up at the moment to take 260 students.
Mhm.
And so, if we ever get to the point where we fill up to that capacity, so we have, say, 261 who apply, then after that point, we do a waiting list, and potentially we can do a lottery system to choose kids to come in. At this point, we've not really gotten to that point where we've been full and doing a waiting list for sixth graders. For seventh and eighth grade, we never really quite hit that 100% mark. So for seventh and eighth grade, even right now, if somebody wanted to come in and enroll, we could get them in. Sixth grade, there's going to be a bit of a waiting list, so we'd have to wait for somebody to leave and then come back in. And later on, we'll give them a call if the spot opens up.
Muy bien. Bueno, estamos hablando, amigos, le digo, ¿cuál es la diferencia entre estar en una escuela que pertenezca, por ejemplo, al distrito de Palmdale o al distrito de Lancaster o a cualquier otro y ir a esta escuela? Dice, bueno, no hay diferencia, lo único que tenemos, lo único que tienen que hacer es una solicitud para inscribirse en la escuela. Ahorita estamos con las inscripciones abiertas para los niños que vayan a estar el año próximo en sexto, séptimo y octavo grado. Dice, generalmente para el sexto grado a veces tienen que esperar unos pocos meses a que se les admita porque está lleno el cupo. Pero en los séptimos, en el grado séptimo y octavo, no hay ese problema. De hecho, en este momento tenemos lugares disponibles si se quiere incorporar. Then if somebody wants to enroll now, they can enroll in 7 and 8th grade.
Yeah, absolutely. They can come in. We've actually been enrolling kids, pretty much all year long as we have a spot for him. Go ahead, check us out on the internet. Do look at our process, our school. Come and visit, and we'll sign them up.
Lo único que tiene que hacer para aplicar, hacer una solicitud es simplemente ir al internet y buscar por Night Prep Academy, Middle School, y ahí le van a decir exactamente qué hacer para inscribirse. No hay ahorita ningún problema. Si quiere entrar al séptimo y octavo grado, puede entrar directamente sin ningún problema. En el sexto, para el próximo año, van a tener que esperar porque hay lista de espera, pero los grados séptimo y octavo pueden incluso ingresar desde ahora.
Can I actually add one other thing
Sure.
too? So, Night Prep is one school within three of what we call the academies of the Antelope Valley. So, if you want to look at it, Night Prep is on the east side of the valley. We also have another school called Soar Prep that's on the west side of the valley. They're full, so you would have to go on a waiting list to get in there. However, there's also the virtual academy, which is physically it's located on the west side of the valley. However, it's an online school, and they actually serve seventh grade through 12th grade. And it would be the same process if you wanted to enroll. Look up their website and get the information there.
Bueno, esta escuela, Night Preparation Academy, está integrada con otro grupo de otras dos escuelas, que es también la SOAR, Prep Academy too. Is Prep also? SOAR?
Yes, so it's SOAR Prep. They do not have sixth grade. They have seventh and eighth, though.
Y ellos empiezan en el séptimo y octavo grado, pero esa academia en este momento está completamente llena. También tenemos la academia virtual. Esta va desde el séptimo grado hasta el 12º. Esta también está ubicada en el lado oeste pero la ventaja es que este es a través de la computadora y bueno, pues imagínense desde el séptimo al 12º grado. Then, who do you admit in the virtual academy? Anyone, or has to be between the same ages that?
Well, it's primarily it's intended for high school students. They do accept some middle schools, but it's mainly 9, 10, 11, and 12, basically a high school age student, if they would like to attend that the virtually instead of physically going into a campus. It's a great option for them. They essentially offer virtually, most of the same courses that you're going to find at a high school, except for the very specialized elective courses. But it's a great option for a high school diploma.
Bueno, esta escuela virtual no tiene que ir a la escuela y es la oportunidad para todas aquellas gentes que por alguna razón no pueden asistir a la escuela de tomar las clases a través de la computadora. Normalmente los estudiantes que más llegan son del 9º al 12º grado, pero se puede desde el 7º al 12º grado y toman sus clases a través del internet. También pueden ir al website y checar para poder inscribirse ahí. Are the enrollment open all the time with this one, or?
Yes, throughout all of the academies in the Antelope Valley, they'll always have the enrollment open. If they become full, though, you'll have to go on a waiting list, which is the case with Sword Prep. But with the virtual academy, I believe they're still taking students right now. It's still tighter to get in there. It might be dependent upon grade level. I'm not 100% sure about that. But then with night, we're still taking kids right now.
Bueno, generalmente con todas las escuelas del Valle, del Distrito del Valle del Antílope, de preparatorias del Valle del Antílope, siempre se acepta estudiantes, no importa el momento en el que sea, a menos de que el cupo esté lleno, pues entonces sí van a tener que ir a la lista de espera. Pero entonces no espere más y cheque inmediatamente cómo es el proceso para inscribirse en estas academias, Night Prep Academy, y luego también Virtual Academy. SOAR está llena. I would like when we come back from the break that we talk about a little bit more about what I'm going to learn in night prep and in the other, please.